Remove the oil fill cap and then use a knife to remove the black film. Reinstall the cap. Remove the 2 screws on the back of your digital panel with a 3/16 Allen key and carefully lift and rotate the digital panel until it rests on the back stand supports. Reinstall the screws into the back of the digital panel through the slots on the stand. Tighten the screws with a 3/16 Allen key. Mount the magnetic tablet to the panel and plug it in with the included USB cable. To connect the chiller, use a tube cutter to cut 2 sections of 3.5-foot 3/8 polypropylene tubing, which is included in your system. Take the first section of the tubing, connect one end into the fluid outlet on our chiller, insert the tube into the fitting, and tighten the fitting. Connect the fluid outlet to the coolant inlet on the bottom side of the heat exchanger. Repeat the process for the other tube section. Install it into the fluid inlet on our chiller and connect the other end to the coolant outlet on the heat exchanger. Plug in the power cable. To set up the high-pressure gas supply. Here, I'm using a tank of nitrogen gas. Install the regulator assembly into the tank by inserting the stem and twisting the nut by hand. Once hand tight, be sure to tighten it with an adjustable wrench. Next, connect one end of the high-pressure gas hose to the outlet of the regulator assembly. Insert the tube stub. Then thread the nut by hand. Once hand tight, use a 9/16 wrench to snug them up. If this is your first time making this connection, you'll need to make sure to swage this fitting. To do this, insert the tube stub and then give it 1 1/4 turn on the nut. Take the other end of the hose and insert it into the high-pressure gas inlet. Repeat the process for the other tube. Once it's hand tight, use a wrench to secure the nut with a 1 1/4 turn to snug the fitting in. Next, mount and connect the cell or housing you plan to use with your system. For help connecting and mounting different types of cells, refer to the Sterlitech MPD page on our website. Now, with our power cord disconnected from any power supply, use a flathead screwdriver to open the panel door. Turn it counterclockwise. Remove the protective foam from shipping. Inspect the internal components to ensure there is no damage from shipping. Next, turn on the 4 toggle breakers and 1 rotary breaker by rotating them clockwise. Close the door and close the latch by turning it clockwise. Plug in the power cord and then turn your panel on. You might hear the valve start to actuate once you do this. The system is now ready for operation.